The Florida Gators have some absolutely elite talent on campus this weekend, and we're going to break down what you need to know right here. We've chatted with a couple of people, and we are really, really excited about some of the guys that are on campus right now as we speak. I'm going to do something different here. A lot of people would make the fans wait on all of the juicy stuff, but we're going to give the people what they want, all right? There are 2 5-stars on UF's campus right now, and that is a huge, huge deal. So let's go ahead and talk about them. First up is Jeremiah Smith. He is a 5-star wide receiver. He is currently committed to Ohio State. He's the nation's #1 wide receiver. He's from Hollywood, Florida, so obviously the Gators are pretty close to home for him, especially in comparison to Ohio State. He attends Chaminade Madonna Prep, one of the best state schools that high schools that we have. They are constantly competing for state titles and in the playoffs. Really good program. Y'all, he is 6'5", 205 pounds as a junior. He has recently visited Georgia, recently visited Florida State. And even though he is committed to Ohio State, those that talk to him on a regular basis, recruiting experts, seem to think that his commitment is a little loose and that his recruitment is still pretty wide open. So he could very well end up at Ohio State, but I would not be shocked at all if he stayed closer to home. I really think that him coming on campus could be related to the fact that Florida has a new wide receivers coach in Billy Gonzales. Billy Gonzales is known for developing NFL talent, right? When you think of the list of guys that he has put in the pros, it is a mile long. He knows what he's doing. This is really attractive to anybody that has interest in playing in the next level. I really think that Billy G is going to be a big reason that Florida is potentially getting in the mix right here. So this visit prompted another 5-star player to come down and visit Gainesville this weekend. Again, DJ Lagway showed up to join Smith in Gainesville. Listen, I don't need to tell you about Lagway. I do want to call your attention to something that we talked about a few weeks ago, though. Smith's visit is somewhat unexpected. This was not on the schedule a couple of weeks ago. I really do think Smith being here is in large part due to Billy Gonzales' hire. I think that that has made Florida a much more attractive place for him in his mind. DJ Lagway also didn't have plans to be in the Swamp this weekend, though. And listen, he said he wanted to have the #1 class in the country, right? He said that he was going to do his part recruiting guys to join him so that Florida could have the #1 class in the country. So when the #1 overall receiver in the country makes an unexpected trip to your committed school, guess what? You go. This shows that what DJ Lagway is saying is not just talk. He is totally bought in. He wants to be a Gator, but even more important than that, he wants everybody else to be a Gator too. He says he wants the #1 class. He is putting in the work. Called him a few weeks ago, Florida's most important recruiter for the class of 2024. This shows that that is the truth, right? He wants this #1 class and he wants it bad, and he's doing what's within his power to make sure that other guys jump on board. Just before we get to some of the other guys that are going to be on campus, if you appreciate us leading with the best and not making you wait till the end, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and comment your thoughts on Jeremiah Smith coming to campus. Can Billy Gonzales and DJ Lagway do enough here to flip him? It's got to be a good sign that he's on campus this quickly after Billy Gonzales was hired. If you want more insight, go ahead and hit that join button. Next up, Michigan State cornerback commit Jamari Howard was on campus earlier this week. I saw that he's also visiting FSU this week too, so maybe he's not as solid to the Spartans as some may think. He's 6'2", 170-pound corner out of Hialeah, Florida, so another guy that maybe is looking to stay a little bit closer to home. I mean, if you're anything like me, I wouldn't leave Florida for Michigan. Florida State, Alabama, UF, all of these schools are really involved in his recruitment still, even though he is, like I said, committed to Michigan State. Sticking with the FSU-UF battles, Jalewis Solomon, he's nearly a top 200 athlete, according to On3. He's a two-way player. He's probably going to end up being a DB in college. He is 6 foot tall, 185 pounds, from Ellaville, Georgia. On3 has FSU as his leader, but UF and UGA are right there. And this is going to be interesting, right? Corey Raymond may help Florida move up on his leaderboard. I think that everybody knows, just like we talked about Billy Gonzales and putting guys in the NFL, Corey Raymond is known to produce NFL studs. He develops players, he develops them well, he puts them in the league, they have long careers. I think guys are going to be lining up to play for Corey Raymond now that he's in charge of the entire secondary. This is interesting though, because is it going to line up to be a Corey Raymond versus Patrick Surtain battle? That could be an interesting one to go down. I am told that Solomon has excellent ball skills. That makes sense since he's a two-way guy. He's got really good quickness. He is somebody that UF would love to see sign on to this 2024 class. Another state of Florida battle going on right now is Chance Robinson. He is 6'1", 180-pound wide receiver out of St. Thomas Aquinas, which if you know anything about high school football in the state of Florida, an absolute high school powerhouse. Four-star wide receiver out of Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Florida State, Florida, all involved in this recruitment. If he wants to stay close to home, obviously the Canes are going to be attractive, but Florida State and Florida, not too far from South Florida, so that'll be an interesting battle. Supposedly, Miami and Florida State lead, but this is one that UF can get into, right? And I think Billy Gonzales can have another major impact here. Again, they're going to lean heavy on his resume. He puts guys in the NFL. He knows how to develop talent. And I think that is really going to help Florida with this 2024 class. Then we're going to look at a hometown kid, Kendall Jackson from Gainesville. He's here this weekend as well. He might be UF's to lose. He's a 4-star defensive lineman, according to On3. On3 has him as a 97% lean to UF. So that is obviously very, very strong. 6'3", 245 pounds from Buchholz High School. Like we said, hometown guy right there from Gainesville, Florida. So UF is in a great position for him. But I really think it's important to not take their foot off the gas, continue on with this recruitment, continue to put the pressure on him. You want to make sure that this guy stays here. These are the kind of battles you need to win. It's an important 4-star player. He's from Gainesville. You should have no issue wrapping this up, right? But these are the kind of battles that Napier is going to have to show that he is capable of winning and showing that UF is making a step in the right direction recruiting-wise. We're going to do a 2025 kid who happens to be up in Gainesville right now as well. 5-star safety, DJ Pickett. He's from Zephyr Hills, Florida. That's only about 20 minutes down the road from me. 6'2", 170 pounds. He did visit FSU a couple weeks ago. Ohio State, Michigan, and LSU are all involved in his recruitment. And again, 2025 kids. So there is a long way to go before the ink is dry on his contract there. But it's important to get in there right now, right? This may end up being another FSU UF battle. The earlier you can get these kids on campus, the more often you can get these kids on campus and you're in their ear. They get to spend time with other recruits that either may be in their class or the class before. They get to see practices. All of this are important pieces to developing that relationship with the player and making sure that come signing day, it's UF that he's committing to. All right, guys, I would love to hear your thoughts on these guys and some of the other ones on campus. Can UF make some traction with Jeremiah Smith? What kind of impact is DJ Lagway going to have on him now that he came and made this trip to be on campus with him? I appreciate all of your support on this channel. We've got more great content coming for you guys soon, including 2 more recruiting insight videos early next week. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. If you want them early and you want to support more, go ahead and hit that join button right now for less than a cost of a beer at Grog. Oh, rest in peace, my favorite place. And if you wanted to catch up on Shannon Snell's practice video, his updates had me completely hyped up. Go ahead and click right here.